Uh, it don't because it's like it's less players, and then I feel like at that point everybody know who we're talking about. Like even I think at this point you know who role players are because they're getting so much tick. Like the main. Hey, do you have a standing desk?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what's up, bro. Let me see. Oh, he
Shut
got
up a little
money.
bit.
He has
I
money.
got money.
He got money, ladies and gentlemen.
Yo, shout out Amazon.
Really? Are you really going to shout out Amazon?
Never mind. You're right. They don't pay for shit here. So
No, I'm not gonna do that to them. So I got a question for you, man. You got a tweet on here, man. I saw you
what I
do
say?
today, man.
I don't even tweet. I just
Yeah, you said listen to views and my subconscious started capping for Drake. What you mean by that?
bruh.
What you mean by
I
that?
just start going through some of the songs. Let me go through this playlist real quick.
What are you talking about? I need to know.
It's just like the music is still good. I know he lost the Kendrick. That's fine, whatever. But you start going through, it's like 9, You With Me, Feel No Ways, Hype.
Uh-huh.
You get down to With You, Still Here, Child's
Uh-huh.
Play. Come,
Uh-huh.
I'm just on a walk enjoying my day. Nice weather out. And it's good
And
music. And I'm like,
uh-huh.
all right, I don't know about the allegations and blah, blah, blah. And then it just comes back to like, nah, just I gotta wait to see how things shake out. But y'all hear that new Drake over the BBL Drizzy?
And you know what? I turned on Sexy Red, but I didn't finish it because I had to be in the mood for that to actually. I don't even know what's the name of the song, but I heard it was rocking though.
You're my everything. I don't even know. I listened to the Drake verse. I haven't listened since.
I saw it on Twitter and I kept scrolling.
Oh my God. I'm shocked.
Sexy Red, not for me.
No, Sexy Red not for me either. I mean, some of her shit do be rocking, but she is definitely not for me either.
Nah.
But I'm actually shocked
Not
Drake
my
is out and
demo.
about. Like he out and about with like with the women's team.
Real quick turnaround. Yeah.
Real quick. Like he didn't waste no time. Like, listen, if people out here calling you what they calling you, I'm gonna say stay low, man. Look, listen here, Toronto. I know we got a new women's team, but I'm gonna have to sit this one out. Like I don't think
for that one you gotta show up. He might be invested too. But like the trip or whatever.
But listen,
stay low.
But listen, he has
business appearances only.
I get that, but the shit he's being blamed for, and that's the reason to miss work.
You're right. Yeah, you're right.
You need some time off to wrap your head around that shit.
Unlimited PTO.
Yeah, you got unlimited PTO when somebody's saying you doing some shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
you're right.
Let's keep it real. All right. Man, how was y'all weekend, man?
It was real chill. Saw the family a little bit, kicked it a little bit, did some stuff around the house. You know how,
Did you do any like
on a long weekend?
Do you give a damn about Memorial Day weekend? Nah, man. Like,
no offense, rocking with
no
the
offense
cause,
to all of
just personally.
Yeah, I just never, and it snuck up this year.
It's Monday.
Day. Yeah, another Monday.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers out here working, people having meetings and shit, so they don't give a damn about. Again, thank you for your services. Another day for us to barbecue.
I wish I knew somebody. I didn't even look to see if anybody was.
Man, I feel like people don't even do like kickbacks like that no more when we barbecuing like we used to. Like that shit's over.
Because everybody, the whole age group of like, yo, where the kickback at, should now be the ones having the kickbacks, but we're not. We're still asking. Everybody's just asking now. Nobody's hosting one.
That is true. So I mean, I had to start giving
slippery slope.
So I have to start giving the kickback. But I don't like people like that have everybody in my house like that. So I'm just gonna be looking at y'all. I mean, I don't know, man. Just people be weird. I just can't have a bunch of people in my house like that. But yeah, it was just a chill weekend. I didn't watch no baseball. I didn't watch the Cubs been pissing me off. Pissing me the fuck off. Like I don't even think I tweeted about them. Like they've been pissing me off. What else I do? Man, I feel like this weekend was a blur. What did I do this weekend? I feel like I have not talked to y'all all weekend. Sometimes
I kind of put the phone down.
Man, what?
It's been real nice.
The summer weekends be.
I don't know what I did.
Used to be staying busy, chillaxing.
Where did I go? I went to a friend's house. That's where I went to a friend's house last night. Damn, I don't know, man. I don't know what. Fuck. You know what? I'm still trying to catch up from coming back into town last week. I feel like
it takes a minute. It takes
like I be up late, and then I don't know.
That's your problem too.
I do. That is my problem, being up late. I'm trying to change that. But now I'm going back out of town again. So
where are you going?
New York.
Again?
Yes. Yeah.
Should have stayed there. Shit.
All right. Should have stayed my black ass over there. But anyways, man, we were. First of all, I'm sorry. Welcome to episode 53, Uncommon Commentators. I'm Jay. That's Jonah. That's Zoe. Your favorite trio. But boy, were we wrong. The Minnesota Timberwolves. We sat up here, and I went back. We sat up here. I know me. I did. I sat up here. Confidence. So much confidence. I said, I'll be shocked if Dallas wins this series. And these motherfuckers are about to sweep.
Whoa.
Jonah. Jonah, you take the floor.
On
Go ahead, Jonah.
On the brink.
I mean, I'll still stand on my takes because the Wolves are clearly the better full team by far.
They are. They definitely are.
It's just the execution late game.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Tough shot making. I don't know. I feel like I'm personally high on Lively, but I didn't expect him to have this much of an impact as a rim protector.
A lot.
He's obviously better than Nurk and Jokic as rim protectors. I mean, many people are.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't think the impact would be like that much. I don't know. The stats lined up well with Dallas for defense, but Jason Kidd got them out here. Everyone knows what to do.
I'm so glad you brought up Jason Kidd.
Because he's been getting a bad rep all year, and it seems like he has these guys in a really good position. This is why we just got to start asking questions of people that yell at their coaches, because I feel like so much of it is just weird perception, uneducated takes, people just saying shit to say. They read something, then they say it, and the next person says it. It does some numbers. They keep repeating it. Come on,
it takes one. It catches on.
And shit, they could lose in the finals, and everyone would be shitting on them again. That's just how it goes.
No, that's definitely facts. They definitely would be doing that shit if that happened.
He deserves his week of some credit because, I mean, I was watching some of the Ant drives back just because, I mean, one, I think it's a him problem. He's not playing well. I think there's legitimately something up with him because he looks like a completely different player from every facet of his game. Off-ball defense, he's back on like rookie mode.
Yep.
The playmaking that we saw isn't there. Do you
think the fatigue is playing into it, like people are talking about?
Is it fatigue?
It's not normal to get an oxygen mask in the middle of a game. I don't think it's a guarding. I don't think it's a guarding Kyrie.
Not unless you're in Denver. Shit.
I don't think it's a guarding. He was guarding Jamal Murray doing this exact same thing in Denver. And was he getting an oxygen mask? No. Was he tired? No. So I don't know. You won't hear much because it'll be seen as excuses, yada yada. That's how it works. But I'm just curious what's going on there. But I mean, some of these, it's just kind of like a collective IQ thing from this Wolves offense that we've kind of seen all year. That's starting to show up more than out they face. Like, I think Denver's a solid defense, but that's more of. I mean, Dallas has the scheme and they have the better defensive talent, I'd say.
Yes.
Agreed.
To where it's kind of that, it's just that challenge of, I mean, that was a scary thing with me in late game situations was like, Dallas has had, and when the game slows down, Dallas has the advantage. That was always my concern this whole time, but I didn't think it would like leak into the whole game, and I didn't think it would be as dramatic in the late game because like you shouldn't be going 4 minutes without a field goal.
No, absolutely.
With 5 minutes left in the game,
no,
you're not going to win any. You're not winning shit.
Not a pro team. A pro team should definitely not be going through no shit like that. No, absolutely.
No,
I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. You knew it was going to be a worry if the game slowed down when you got Kyrie and especially Luka, but it's just
you can play great. Jaden is tricky because I think his downfall in this series has been Luka's just a tank. That's half the thing with Luka is a physicality battle because Jaden's been getting great contests. I mean, there's been possessions where I'm like, it's just what Luka does. He gets to his spot, he hits his mid-range setback. Like, you just kind of got to live with it. But then you get into the realm of like, I don't know. They've thrown all different schemes at him. I'm not as mad with the defense because Luka's Luka. You're going to have to find a way to do something. If they set that high ball screen and you blitz, if you set that high ball screen with Luka and you blitz and take him away, yes, you're forcing other people to beat you. But even if they make a mistake, they have mismatches for rebounds. The Wolves are just in full rotation mode. You can find a mismatch off that. They can slow it down again. And all it takes is one ball screen, which is just crazy to see. Like what the Wolves have been trying to do on offense. It takes forever to find any semblance of like just functioning offense for as long as they do.
It looks bad out there sometimes. I was going back like you guys were talking about, and it looks like Ant, even if he's tired, getting up however many shots, he needs to be going downhill more in attack mode. The creation's not going to come with Conley too much. Cat has been, I don't know what you want to talk about Cat right now. Like 15 points per game, inconsistent, foul trouble, everything you want to throw at him. Rudy, you get what you get with you Rudy on offense, and like Ant's just coming to that point where you gotta look to him to really take over. I don't care if he's tired. He's got to go. He's got to be on full go for 48 for them to have
fuck.
You gotta go, man. Because
you ain't trying to hear that shit,
and Kyrie, like you said, it comes down to these possessions, and you got two guys on that other side who can cook whole 48.
No,
we've seen it.
No, definitely.
And Minnesota doesn't have that luxury, so someone's got to do it. It's got to be Ant.
It's tricky because I want to give him you can see it's from so many different angles. You can give it the angle of like Cat isn't even hitting his open threes right now. Like he's having a shooting slump while he's being defended well by Dallas at the same time on every single other thing. Like his drives can't get there because they're being physical with him. And then there's rim protection. Everything's uncomfortable inside the arc right now. He can't get any like post touches. I mean, we saw plenty of post touches in the Denver series, and he can't get any right now. If he touches, it's by a 3-point line, and you're not getting anywhere. You can't crab dribble down to the
You don't
paint.
want Cat trying to create a shot from the 3-point line every time.
Yeah.
Then you get 3 of those threes that are like just bullshit shots where he just hasn't got one up in a minute, and it's going up no matter what.
And like when that's going, it's like if they're already doing stuff to Ant, you don't want him to force, but at the same time, you need him to go Superman mode. So it's a tricky spot to be, especially when he just needs to get shots up. Simply as that. Like, there's a good stint yesterday in the third quarter after he had the dunk where he seemed a little charged up. Like, there was a little more energy in his step.
Absolutely.
So much of the other stuff was just not good. Not ideal.
It's tough. There's no creation. Same thing we were talking about all season.
I don't know, man. Go ahead, my fault. Go ahead.
I think it's weird with this because fingers are gonna be pointed, but I think it's just kind of a mix of everything. Where the structure, that's been the big thing with Finch and the offense is they always rely on just the open flow of things, and I feel like that only works out if you have a fucking supercomputer on the ball like Luka or Jokic, like where you can create advantages from just simple shit because they have a threat to do anything. We don't have that advantage. We don't have that luxury. And you're not going to get like the offense just will never be. They've done different sets where things work. And it's like, why don't they go back to that more? I get not just spamming sets like the whole, they don't run plays takes. I hate that shit.
If it's working.
Hate that shit.
If it's working, though.
They need to do some more of that. So much of it just felt like collective IQ things too, where someone pointed out where like they'd get a favorable switch and then bring a screen over and they'd switch back to like get something else. I'm like, they really suck at like taking advantage of mismatches, which is something you just need to do. Like they were doing the Conley Rudy pick and roll on the empty side was just money all season. And then they'd get Luka. They got Luka in space 1 billion times in game 2, and then this last game they started switching it some more, and it's like Luka's on Rudy, and that's just kind of like a bait pass. And then Gafford, decent enough on switches to like hang with Conley. He's not going to be great against like a better shot creator, but if you need him on like 2-3 possessions a game on Conley, you can trust him on those.
You definitely can.
So it just takes they could find some ways to kind of poke holes in that. That's where I don't know, some of the blame. I just feel like some players could be used better within the game, which is I think it's more of an on-court thing than like a coaching thing. There's only so much the coaches can do. You still got to do the shit on the court.
Only so much.
Yes, only so much.
So
it's only X's and O's until you put those guys out there.
They could have had the perfect game plan.
Yeah. And with all that being said, it was still close games in every game. Like
every game.
Even game 3, it felt like the Wolves were playing well behind Dallas.
Yes.
And it was consistently within 10-ish the whole game.
Yes. How do y'all feel about all the heat Cat is getting?
Warranted. You got to show up. It's the playoffs.
It's one thing if it's hate for just nonsense. It's another if you can tell me I didn't like his decision making. I didn't like his shot creation. If you can give me a reason, I am very cool with that.
Mm-hmm.
Always. It's the same shit with Rudy. If you can point out a spot where you're frustrated with and tell me that, you can have your gripes. You can do that with any player in the league. No one's perfect.
Any player. I'm gearing up my shit. Go ahead.
Like, if you can, I'm cool with that. If you're just saying shit to say shit, then that's where it gets. Nah. That's where it gets stupid.
Cat talks, best big shooter in the league. He's struggling right now. You want to say you're one of the best, offensive bigs? You're not showing it right now. And these are the times to show it.
Mm-hmm.
You can't talk all that and then not show up. That's my thing. I'm not saying he's trash or, going to the extent that these other people on Twitter might be going to, but he is not showing up enough for me to, go out and say, he might just be in a slump. Like, nah, he's got to show up. For me personally.
I think you can say with the shooting slumping, because I feel like the shots have been there, but like everything else, the drives, nothing inside the
shot
arc.
Selection sometimes.
And then he'll just come shoot up a damn 3 out of nowhere.
Like, the defense has been rough too.
Atrocious, man.
Mm-hmm.
We were really getting on his ass, but
he's been flying by every closeout is a free drive.
Yeah, and I think it's also because like Cat he already gets so much like sometimes he gets unwarranted hate. People just be finding things. So now it's
just
like
personality.
Yeah, now it feels like people are piling on him, but this is the time that was warranted to be on him. Not like them other times people were just saying anything, like just weird shit about Cat on the internet. But he is definitely warranted, and a lot of people were saying like, I mean, we could do that a lot of times saying if this player would have just scored these many points, they would have won this game. Like, yeah, it's easy to say if Cat would have made 5 more points each game or 10 more points each game that they would be up. Who's to say who's to say that Kyrie and Luka still don't be making these outrageous ass shots they've been making?
Everyone else showed up for the Wolves.
The back and forth's been crazy.
Yeah.
But you can say also, hey, there's 2-3 shots where if you kick that for another look, we get a better offensive look.
True.
It comes down to possessions.
It does. And
there's just so much more urgency with Dallas too.
Yes. The way they're diving on the floor, the way it's just all the little
just quick decisions off the catch.
Yep. They get the pass, they know what they're doing with the ball. There's no a bunch of looking around, like they know what they're doing. Now I do want to ask y'all this. At the end of game 2, I thought you guys would have blitzed Luka at the end and just made him at least try to pass over Gobert and what was it, McDaniel? If they would just blitz them and give the ball to Lively and just like the time running down now. So I don't know. I don't know if I would have did the switch there. How y'all feel about that switch? Like I thought I would have just blitzed Luka and get the shot out his hand.
I think not doubling was smart. There was time to get the switch back.
I thought he was lazy with everything right there.
It wasn't that terrible of defense. Luka's just on a fucking different planet. That's part of it.
He is on a different planet right now. Go ahead, so
he's getting to a step back. You can say I think keeping Luka off the line is a lot fucking easier to say than to do.
Yeah.
That was kind of it's you can still stay in there and he can do one step forward, take a step back, and you're lost. That's all it takes.
No, that is true too.
In slow motion, just like that. But they should have been in that situation in the first place.
No,
and should have had those 2 turnovers.
And
that was half of my gripe. That was my gripe with it all.
Hey, look, Jonah get hyped. Yes, Jonah like he ain't like them turnovers. Jonah.
Nah, Ant's turnovers.
If you're up by 5 with 50 seconds left,
Luka,
exactly. if they execute, you can be like, yeah, we fucked up. Simple as that.
Game 2, at the end, personally, I take Rudy out. If I know he can end up on an island like that, I want 5 switchable players out there, people who can hold their own. If he gets fouled, fine, we'll play that game. But I'm not ending up on a step back with Rudy looking like baby giraffe out there.
That was
he was looking like Bambi.
I saw like 8 different quotes on what they wanted to do. I guess we'll never really know. But yes, I saw that same thing. Like if you are going to switch, put more of a switchable unit out there.
Exactly.
I don't know what the Wolves' true switchable unit is. It'd probably be Nas at the 5 on it.
Nas at the 5.
Kyle Anderson at the 5.
I thought Slow-Mo was going to be the one out there. Just in a defensive possession like that, he's held his own against Luka.
It was just, man, Rudy. Of course, Rudy's getting all the hate. Oh my god, the compilation videos I've been seeing. Damn.
In Game 3, Kyrie had Rudy on an island and hit some crazy ass step back, and Stan Van Gundy was like, "Oh, you can't let that happen." And then like 2 possessions later, Jaden has the exact same thing happen. And they're like, "Oh, that's a great defense, so I don't care that he made it." Like,
oh god,
it's definitely it's definitely an agenda against Rudy Gobert across the league for sure. Is it some of his doing? Probably.
Nobody rocks with him.
No, it's a lot of his doing probably, but people do not rock with him. Players, announcers, damn.
Hey, but I know this. At the end of the day, there's at least 15 other teams who'd be like, "Yo, I'll take Rudy right now." So we can chill.
It's just, it's not a good series for him. The offense with Dallas, the way they're designed, Rudy's just going to be away from the paint so much. That's just naturally how it's going to go. And there's no way to really hide him because, I mean, even if you put him on a different guy, they can just do like ghost screens and shit on the ball. Anything on the ball, and it'll put him in action. And, I mean, if they want to toggle the other way too, you're dealing with cat in space on screens. Like, when you have an elite pick-and-roll ball handler like Luka, things are going to be in your favor. Have they I feel like Kyrie hasn't been too much in the... I feel like he's just been pure shot creation.
Man, he's been playing so good.
In a pick and roll still. I'm going to say he's elite. That's all I was saying.
Who's not elite? Rudy?
No, I was saying Kyrie in pick and roll. Even if they're not using him, he's still elite.
Yes. Like, he looks so free. Like, he's just out there, man. Like, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. But one thing I want to say. Everybody talking about, man, Kyrie on his redemption tour, or Kyrie is for all the haters. Listen.
Kyrie's stands are some of the worst out there, bro.
Listen. The shit Kyrie went through was his doing. Us talking crazy about him was his doing. That's the facts. Those are facts right there. Like, Kyrie stands on Twitter. They've came at me. I've seen them come at other people. Like, listen, I'm not apologizing.
If you're jumping team to team, if you're on multiple teams in a couple of years, it's not going to be perfect everywhere, too. That's just how shit goes. It's hard.
And everywhere you've gone, something has gone down. Just a reputation.
Yes. Like, what?
It's not easy to win at the end of the day, too.
It's not. It's not
multiple
easy.
Franchises on multiple timelines, multiple things going down.
Yes.
So.
But with all that being said, shout out to him because he's been doing this thing. He been hooping. And listen, I think we might be on record. I think a lot of us is on record. I'm talking about people who do podcasts, everybody in the media. I think all of us did not see this coming. I think we did not believe that this was going to happen. I do believe when this trade happened, I think it was all of us was like, yeah, I don't really think this is going to do anything. I really don't see, and they really bought in. I don't know. Do y'all remember that?
Hey, Gafford, yeah.
Even before
PJ.
Gafford. Now with that, yeah, I think we bought in with that. But when this first all started happening, when first Kyrie went there, I don't think none of us really saw this shit
way
happen.
back.
Yeah, I don't think none of us, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I've never been high on Dallas at all.
Yo, look, the combination together was always questionable, but at the end of the day, it was two top offensive creators, scorers at 3 levels. At some point, it was gonna, you're gonna get 60 points out of them. You build around that a little bit. Personally, that was my base. I never knew what the role players were gonna be. At the beginning of the season, I was counting on Grant Williams to, play solid defense and knock down the corner 3. They upgraded with PJ. They got better rim protection with Gafford. Lively's been a lot better. It's just nice pieces around these guys. You never really know. And they just went on a run. I was trying to find a way to walk back my Minnesota take, but I was like, I said what I said, but...
No, yeah, I still feel Minnesota's still a better team.
If you're losing takes in the conference finals, it's not a bad thing.
Like, no, it's not a bad thing at all.
I still think Minnesota is the better overall team, but it's coming out of these possessions, and it's Luka and Kyrie in those possessions.
I need to look at the stats at the end of the series just to see what there's already been plenty of them out there. I just want to see the non-Kyrie Luka players compared to the non-Ant Cap players. Because I know last game, maybe into the third quarter, they were shooting like 70% from the field for the Wolves or something crazy. Like, everyone was dialed in.
Everybody.
That's wild.
It can be a result of just Dallas selling out on things, but when all your buttons are clicking, no matter how it's happening outside of that, you need to find something.
Last night, the way they was making shots, the way they were just falling, shots was going in, hands in their face.
10 minutes, just
that was ignorant. Like, hands in people's faces. I'm not even a Mavericks fan, and that damn oop to Gafford, dog, I jumped out my damn chair. That shit was, man. It's been a great series. I don't want it to be a sweep whatsoever. Like, Minnesota, please.
It's the same vibes of the Denver Lakers series. Good games, but one team just always gets shit done at the end.
Yes.
Damn. Because it could go, all 3 of these games could have went either way.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, game 3, it was 10 points at some point, but they fought back. And again, 1-2 possessions, maybe a couple calls. Maybe Cat doesn't take a couple threes. I'm going to stop.
Tony Brothers was going crazy there in the second quarter.
Tony Brothers was
both sides. Everyone was getting calls.
He just had to insert himself into the game.
I don't understand.
Takeover was activated.
No, it was. No, facts.
Did Boston win? Did we finish? Did that finish?
It's 102-102 in the fourth. 1 minute left.
Dang.
Can we end this shit, please?
Yes.
Like, come on, man. Like, can we end this shit, please, man? Like, nobody want to see this shit.
Do we want to go to the East right now? Are we good with the West?
Let's see. Anything else about the West? Man.
Shout out Gafford. Shout out.
Man, Gafford really put in that work, man.
Derrick Jones Jr.
I'm always going to root for Derrick Jones Jr. I'm always going to root for Gafford. I'm always going to do that. Always.
Just Gafford. I'm happy for Derrick Jones Jr., but whatever.
One last note. I don't want to bring this fucker up again because he gets brought up every week. But Draymond was just giving Daniel Gafford. He told him, if you're on the short roll, go to a DHO on one side and pass it back to the other guy if you don't have anything. And everyone was like, "Freak, no shit. That's how it works." I'm sure Daniel Gafford knows this already.
You could watch. I was literally thinking about that, and there's a play, I think it was last series, Rue did the same thing. And I'm like, you'll never see Draymond pointed out that he just did the same shit he talked about just because it's Rudy.
It's like, this is your average basketball fan probably knows if the center doesn't have a drive there, you should probably go to the side, do a handoff, maybe get it back to a better. That's just how it goes.
I know 15-year-olds who could do that shit. God damn.
Mm-hmm.
Draymond, I don't know.
Get him out of here.
I don't know. He's starting to be now. It's starting to be like weird with him on there.
I'm just interested to see how into the next season with the media stuff, how it's all gonna. I don't know if it's. I haven't really been paying too much attention to all of that. But,
I don't want to quite yet. It's so early.
I don't know what the optics are, especially with TNT switching around, maybe to NBC. I don't know. It should be interesting though, because there's just some people within there that just, I don't know. They need to start putting out some better media stuff.
Hey, they need to keep Jamal Crawford. I don't care what y'all say.
He's comfortable.
Who don't like him? Who don't like him?
Hey, I'm making sure. I'm just making sure.
You know what though? It is probably somebody out there who don't like him. You know,
probably, obviously, but
he's good.
He's been doing this thing.
Really I like. Good.
He's been really
moving
good.
him in kind of in that 3-person booth is nice too, because it's not as much pressure on a guy.
Yeah, I like him a lot. It shuts
Reggie up for a little bit, which is always great. But I don't know. It's interesting to kind of see shed some light on that, because I don't know. I feel like playoff dialogue is at an all-time worst right now on Twitter and shit. I don't know if it's just because I'm following more because the Wolves are in it, but it is. There's some takes in a whole different realm out there.
Yeah, we went from like the playoffs to a week and a half of nothing but like Bronny to some really bad playoff takes this past week.
I mean, absolutely dreadful, horrendous.
Just terrible.
Man, look, journalism.
A lot of TV podcasts. Hard to be on Twitter to watch some of it. Like,
it just starts top to bottom. There's clickbait shit going on up top. There's shit going on Twitter. I don't know. Just seek out, do your homework. Don't be an idiot. Simple as that. Find your outlets.
Please, JJ Redick, do not become a head coach. Please
it's happening. You might as well just that shit's done, bro. That shit over with.
Stay in the booth. Stay on the side. The court side, not even sideline. Say court side.
Why would you want this job?
Stay in between the benches.
Yep.
Why would you want this job?
He's a hoop sicko.
He is, but why?
They said there's a Pat Riley comparison. So I'm like, are we really doing counts for this now?
Come on, man.
Yes. World famous coach and GM.
God damn.
Sit there, hold on real quick. Take a deep breath before you put some shit out like that, please.
I just got go ahead.
You already know. Boston's on to the finals.
Mm-hmm.
We knew that was going to happen, 105, 102. Here we are. We've been waiting on this. It's your time, Boston. It's your time.
Hey, Al Horford ring. I could be cool with that. That's my coping mechanism.
You know what? When you start saying Al Horford, because it's not. We were talking the other day in the group chat, and like a Dallas Boston finals, it's not really that appealing like that.
A Dallas Boston? You don't think so?
Everyone's low on Boston now. It's just they had their way with the East as they should have. They don't even have the third best player, arguably fourth best, whatever you want to say. And
I think I was thinking about that, just conversation in general. I'd probably say Jaylen Brown's better. Well, it's tricky because Derek White's so important too.
Right? Like you can really slide him to 5 some nights.
But like his ability as a popper on all their screen actions and rim protector is just so important for them. And they've still just, I don't know, they've just been fine. And there is the injury shit there with their pathway. They can't do anything about that. You play the teams you play, and you've had injuries yourself. So
no, you're facts. So
I'm just more angry at the Eastern Conference as a whole rather than who the Celtics
are. It's so bad. It's so, like, I don't think, man, people try to joke on Bron about, like, the final, like, him having easy runs. Bron ain't never had no easy run like this, brother. Like, don't, like, everybody's hurt. Look at who, like, Indiana faced a hurt Bucks team, right? Then end up facing.
And even if the Bucks had Giannis and Dame healthy,
there
was still a question mark.
Oh yeah, it was still gonna be
a question mark.
Yeah, it was still gonna be close.
I had them winning still. Like, fuck that.
And the Sixers have their own problems, even if Embiid was fully healthy. I don't know. These teams, there's still a lot of flaws with a lot of these East teams. It seemed like, even if they were fully healthy.
I mean, we're talking about the number 4 team blowing it up already. Like, we talk about flaws. Like, that's where it is. The number 4 team in the East might be blowing it up.
Yeah, they did fire
for like
him.
A two-year playoff run, right? Maybe 3.
Man, what do they expect him? Just talk about it real quick. What do they expect Bickerstaff to do? He coached. He was doing everything a coach was. That's tough. The next
there has to be something we don't know. Because
what does too hands-on mean?
Injury concerns all season. You have last year. I mean, the roster construction. I wouldn't say they're issues. They're just like unique parts of their roster construction with the center, the bigs, and the guards. Last year, I could say it was more of an issue because they didn't have like any shooting. They fixed that issue a little more this year enough, but there were still those other issues. So it's like he was just. I just hate how the coaches get all the fire. Like you get to the tip top of your class and your job security is at an all-time low.
There's none.
Low.
0.
All-time low. What was he supposed to do?
Crazy.
They act like he was a first seed and lost.
Yeah, he had a winning percentage. He was working with, like you said, a roster with questionable flaws on it. As soon as Donovan Mitchell got there, it was, is he even going to stay? So he's dealing with that shit for the past 2 years. Going to be year 3 going forward next year, whatever it is. Like, he's had to deal with a whole lot of shit. And people don't...
What is he?
The organization, once again, playing the wrong person.
What is the next coach going to do?
Those casualties.
I would not want to be the next coach for the Cavs because...
Shit, start from the bottom. Jamie Borrega, and start from the bottom.
You got to, because you look at... You be like, damn, if JB did this and got fired, what am I supposed to do? You know what I'm saying? Like, what? So like you said, Jonah, it must be something that we don't know. It got to be something we don't know.
Hey, Vogel, Adrian Griffin, Darvin Ham. We can keep adding to the list. Like,
who else got fired? Damn, there's a lot of fire. Oh,
I mean, when you think of coaches that have been around the longest, I'd probably say at least 20 of the 30 head coaches are probably in their second year or less.
Maybe you might be right. Let's see.
Like,
you might be right, though. You might be right, though. Billy's not been here for a minute. Tibbs been with the Knicks, 4 years now?
A little bit longer.
5? No, Tibbs been there that long? Maybe.
Yeah.
Donovan, what's this, 24? He been there since before the pandemic, right?
He got there 2020.
So he only been here 4 seasons? Damn.
Anyways, Indiana Pacers. Thoughts?
No thoughts.
They're in a good spot.
Yeah, they're in a great spot. What? A 6 seed.
Rick Carlisle seems like, I don't know. I think Rick's doing well there.
Hold on a second. Because Rick's had some fuck-ups. I'm not sure if they would have equated to wins and losses, but he had some fuck-ups. I want to talk about that where he should have called a timeout in game 1, then went to overtime. And then game 3 was a tie game, and Neesmith was the one who got the final shot. I think Nembhard was taking the ball out, and he was the one who went off in game 3. And Neesmith had like 4 or 5 points.
I wanted to speak on the follow-up 2 thing, because that was such a big dialogue in, what was that? That was game 1, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think it's a lot harder to foul a guy on a baseline out of bounce pass when you're up 2.
Absolutely.
If you're side out, you got a lot of room to get it done.
Yes.
Baseline out of bounds, you can catch and shoot instantly. I mean, the only time the ball is going to be an advantageous spot for you is if they just launch it out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it is going to be tricky in that situation. So I didn't feel too bad about that, but I feel like there were some other things, like Zoe said, where it wasn't perfect, but
you just wouldn't expect it from Rick Carlisle, is all I'm saying.
No, you don't. You don't see too many coaching mistakes from Rick Carlisle at all. That's for sure. No, you're right about that.
Yeah, so. He's one of those guys where you talk about like Tibbs.
Mm-hmm.
Who else say? Billy Donovan. They just been around a while, been doing their thing. He's been there for what, 5-6 years now too.
He's been in Indiana for 5 years now. No,
has it been that long?
No way.
Rick Carlisle has been there since the 21-22 season.
All right, fourth year.
This was his third season. Damn. But he's been head coaching since 2000.
Because he was there first.
Exactly.
He been coaching for a minute though. Yeah.
20-something years. These are not things that a coach who's been coaching.
No. Because he was the coach when they won the finals, right? With Dallas, right? Wasn't he the coach?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so no, you're right. You know, sometimes people don't realize like when you blow that game one, that changes the whole thing. So that could change the whole series when you
after they blew that.
Yep.
I mean, obviously we all thought the Celtics were going to win, but that turning point, that choke of a lead multiple times after game one,
they had it.
It was
they
cooked.
Had the game. They had game
It was
one.
cooked.
Yeah. So after that, it was like, oh, this is not going to be competitive. You had your one. So now you had a chance to put all the pressure even more on Boston because Boston can't go back to Indiana down 2-0. But you let them fuck around win game one. You had your chance. You can't do that. You can't never smoke away a game one when you're the underdog like that. You can't do that.
Not like that.
No, you can't. That's never going to. They woke up that next morning probably like, fuck.
And Tatum
was to play this team.
Tatum woke up a little bit later in overtime, I believe, but in that game, fourth quarter, like he couldn't find any rhythm in that whole fourth quarter. Like you just had to do something. You had to win regulation. Once it went to overtime, it felt like it was cooked already.
Yeah.
But like
usually when you're the road team and you smoke the game and you go into overtime, usually the home team gonna win because you lost all the momentum. The crowd
it's tough.
Yeah, you ain't gonna get that shit back. You're not gonna get it back. But yeah, I mean, ain't too many more thoughts about Indiana, man. They like John said, in a great spot going forward. I mean, you playing Boston.
I loved seeing Andrew Nembhard cook up because I've been a fan of his just as a role player, but I didn't expect. He just makes good plays.
He does.
He's secondary ball handler who can also create a little bit. He's not forcing it, but if it's there, he'll drive. He'll make an open shot for you. He's a good defender. He's smaller, but if that's like your second best defender on your team, out of your perimeter players, ideally on a better team, once they charge up a little bit more. I mean, defense isn't their like main thing, obviously, but I don't know. They have a lot of good. I mean, Mathurin will be back for them next year.
Yeah.
Let's look at these salaries.
Was Nembhard benefiting from the Mathurin injury? I know, obviously, with Halliburton out.
I'd say so.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of a logjam at some spots because Siakam's going to get re-signed.
Yeah.
Nembhard. No. Let's think. Siakam, Nembhard, Turner, Halliburton, McConnell, B, Neesmith. That's 7 players right there already. And then it's just kind of the wild card. I mean, Ben Shepherd, probably going to be a rotational player next year. Jarris Walker.
Should be.
They spent a top pick on him. I'm sure he'll be a rotational player next year because you have to start playing him.
Yeah.
At some point, and then you got it there.
You throw Mather in there, that's 10 guys. So we'll see. I mean, it's a deep roster. It's just that top end talent. You kind of got to start searching. I mean, I think Halliburton's a lot better player than the stats say and what people will tell you because he fits that team so well. It's just the creation with the team is still a little tricky, especially this deep in the playoffs. You could see it because you can only do so much of trying to find the best option, best shot as a team for so long.
I like that they committed to that and ran with it. Like, I don't know if it lasts for another 82 next season, but if they keep running and they find the right personnel, it can push a team to the limits. Who knows? I like Mathurin coming back. I like Ben Shepherd getting more minutes next year. I don't know what else the cap situation looks like. He just needs to knock down some more shots.
But like the defense, he's just a smart player.
Need those. Plenty of those guys.
No, it is.
I mean, their salaries are looking pretty open. Let's see.
Because Halliburton, I'm pretty sure he's still on a rookie contract. So when is he up?
He got his extension. His extension starts next season.
Okay.
Because he was the same class as Ant, so he's in his 5th year. TJ McConnell has looks like a non-guarantee for $9 million. I'm very sure that will be picked up because he was cooking.
He's just a team option.
Yeah, it's just a non-guarantee pretty much. So I'm sure that'll be. And then Siakam's their big Siakam, Obi is also a restricted free agent, which I think he could get some solid. I think he'll have a solid market, to be honest.
He was good. He was a good role player for the Pacers, so I think he'd have a market too.
I wasn't very big on Obi in New York. I'm like, what is his purpose?
It wasn't a good fit in New York at all. It was not a good fit for him in New York whatsoever. So
yeah, I'm glad he it was fun to see him get that 4th year to kind of figure himself out. But I mean, if he got like a 4 over 40 next year, I wouldn't be shocked.
Exactly. Yo, there's not a lot of teams with money, and that money or that range right there is where a lot of teams can be shopping for. A lot of big money.
Mm-hmm.
Mid-level kind of money.
There's going to be a lot of those guys out there, and that's going to be a market for Obi.
But, I mean, Indiana has a lot of money to give out. Siakam will be, and he's restricted too, so they can work. They have more flexibility.
He probably likes it over there.
Mm-hmm. Him being 26 already is crazy. He was that older rookie. I'm just still not used to ever seeing that. That's crazy.
Yeah, wait till you see Dalton connect to 27 at the end of that rookie deal.
It's like when Cam Johnson got his rookie extension.
Cam Johnson was like crazy. 28 in his 3rd year.
I know. It's for nuts. Real. But
that's fucked up.
Miles Turner is their second highest player right now, and he's $20 million. He's in the last year of his deal, though, so he might be extension eligible.
That's like
we'll see.
Good time for him.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
Get some more Legos. Call it a day.
Get some more Legos.
Jalen Smith has a player option. I'm sure he's taking that because he just didn't play.
Who else gonna pay him? Yeah, how much?
$5 million.
Yeah, no one's gonna pay him $5 million.
So, I mean, bringing a lot of their guys back though.
Build
off that.
They should.
They'll be seen as like that overachiever kind of. It's not the same deal as the Hawks. Kind of is, but I don't think it's.
Kings?
But
I don't think it's too much like that. I don't know. I had my gripes with the Kings because they're very top heavy, but
they're very top heavy.
I think this Pacers in the East, I think they can replicate top 6 next year again, reasonably.
Yeah, absolutely. For sure. I definitely think so.
We'll see with teams getting healthy, but I mean, if they were like 5, 6, 7 seed around there, I don't know about conference finals again next year, but
I mean, that shouldn't happen. We know that shouldn't even happen. That shouldn't even happen this year. We know that, but you know how that goes. But I ain't gonna hold that shit against them. You play against who's in front of you. That's it. That's all. But yeah, Boston's on to the finals.
Boston. Yeah.
Gonna play
Is there
Dallas.
Still much we can really say?
Hell no,
Boston?
Man. Nothing. Nothing. Boring series. That was a boring series.
Yeah, play somebody with some real competition. We won't talk about them till like after game 2 of the finals.
I think the big thing for them in the finals series will be like Dallas needs Luka and Kyrie to be on every game in the finals, where Boston can be so comfortable. Even if Jason Tatum has a bad game, the memes will be there, but every single other player can pick them up.
He can't
afford Brown,
a bad finals game.
If Jaylen Brown has a bad game, Derek White can show up. I mean, even Peyton Pritchard could hit a couple threes.
Tatum, if Dallas, if the Maverick, if the Celtics if the Celtics lose the finals, Jason Tatum cannot be the reason why.
No,
he has to go.
There's no way he can be.
But what I'm saying is,
I refuse.
He has to go off
to believe it's possible. He
actually go off and they still lose.
Yeah,
they could. So, but they can't lose, and he had an awful series. That can't happen.
They cannot lose and he not go off. That's not allowed.
That is not.
If I got to see TikTok Tatum another random Wednesday night, I'm gonna be pissed off.
I hear you.
Tough.
They are finding somebody for all these players. I found, was it Jalen Brunson, Jamal Murray?
The Jamal Murray one.
All these guys.
Jamal Murray was hilarious.
Where are you finding these poor people? Hey, at least they're getting their views. If they're getting their bag, I'm here for it.
The U.S. government,
is
trying to take that away from everybody getting their bag.
Jaylen Brown averaged 30 points per game this series.
Man, I believe it because every time I looked up, he was scoring 30 points.
I didn't really have one to guard him.
I imagine he's averaging 30 for the playoffs. Is he averaging 30 points for the playoffs?
Poor guy just...
I think he is. It seems like
for the entire playoffs, he's averaging
only 23 and a win and still catch some heat.
I hate the whole like He probably doesn't mind. He got a free agency at the perfect time. He does not care.
300 M's. No. 300 M's. But yeah, man, I ain't got too much to say about this shit, man. That was a boring.
It won't seem as bad in like 3 years, I'm sure.
No, it won't.
No. That's just how it goes.
After what they had said, that with all this new TV money that Wemby could make $95 million a year. Come on, man. That's ignorant.
Wait, they said Wemby could make 95
a year, brother.
I saw SGA could make 81, and I lost it.
No, they said Wemby.
Hold up, I might fuck around and pay Wemby 95. That might make sense to me.
Would you give Wemby $95 million a year?
I don't know what the timing's gonna be, but players that are gonna have all NBA stipulation, the guys who are past their rookie extension, but have enough to transfer over to where they can get incentives, they're gonna be making
bruh,
it's gonna be crazy,
brother.
Yeah, I pay Wemby 95. Money.
Bro, we think it's tripped out now that Bron's a billionaire and he's hooping. In 20 years, it's gonna be like a couple players in the league as a billionaire and still hooping.
The money is.
This is why we say no one is gonna break it. This is why people are not gonna break these records. They're gonna make so much money in 10 years to the point it's like, why am I gonna keep putting my body through this shit?
First overall pick's gonna be making 20 M's here soon.
Yes.
In a season.
$95 million a year, and that's not it. And that's not even
this first round money.
I swear to God, that's not even fucking endorsements included. You know, Wemby gonna have crazy endorsements, bro. He probably can make 150 a year. 200.
I got a song for Wemby right now, like a little ad deal. I'm trying to work on it behind the scenes. It is a podcast exclusive. I'll drop it on the pod. All right, here's the idea.
Bet. Perfect.
He's in Texas. All right. I don't know how somebody hasn't thought of this shit already. Victor Wembanyama. Whatever.
Are you finna do this song right now?
Nah. Selena is from Texas, and she had the song Bitty Bitty Bam Bam. How has no one put Victor Wembanyama over that shit like that?
Nah.
Victor Wembanyama.
You gotta send Wemby. You gotta send Wemby Muse a DM.
You gotta set that up.
Wemby Muse.
Yo, I'm up here with it. Y'all not ready.
They're giving out free ideas. That's crazy.
Zoe went to Denver and came back a different man. His thinking is on a different level.
Elevated.
NBA Twitter is not cultured, so good luck.
NBA Twitter is not cultured. And that shit didn't ooze into the WNBA some more.
13-year-olds do not know who Selena is.
Stamp it and take that out.
No, I ain't gonna take that out. It's in there now. Anyways, y'all got nothing to say about the conference final. We're done with that. It's probably going to be looking like it's going to be Dallas, Boston. I'm not going to put no dirt on Minnesota yet, but it's just looking like.
I don't know.
Hey,
John,
man.
You think Minnesota can 4 in a row?
Give me one.
Just give me one.
Give you one.
Give me one.
Is that Ant quote saying, I still think we're the better team? Is that for real? Or is that fake?
I'm sure it is. He's always confident.
I'm sure he said
that. He is.
Yeah, I'm sure he said this shit himself, bro. I can go with that too. That he said that for sure.
I always try with Ant quotes. I always try to find the video because usually he says it in the most. It'll be like the most. It's funny because he'll ask the question. He'll just say it with like a straight face. Like it's not really too embellished. It's just
no, it's not. That's one thing I like about Ant. Like
that's just how it is.
It looks like something he can say, but you still gotta do the research. Like, did he really say that? And then you find out he did.
I'm sure the question was too. You gotta see the question. I'm sure they're like, "Do you think you can win this series still?" What are you gonna say? No.
Yeah.
You gotta see the question.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's
almost a full quote.
Yes, you gotta get
that. That's half of it.
You gotta get that.
One thing with that is the whole Ant guarding Kyrie thing. He said nothing crazy. He just said Kyrie's gonna be my matchup.
Yeah.
And Reggie Miller would not shut the fuck up about it, about challenging him.
That's why we don't like Reggie.
But that's why people be talking out both sides of their mouth. You want guys to be competitive or say some shit like that, but then when the motherfuckers say it, now they calling them out or they shouldn't have did that. Like, what the fuck?
Hey, if you talk shit while you're up, you're a front runner. But if you talk shit while you're down, you're a fucking loser.
Who talks shit when they're losing by 30 points?
I would respect it more, honestly.
What?
Because Tyrese Halliburton's a front runner. I hate that shit.
But listen,
don't show up to the press conference with the choke shirt after you won. Rock that shit in the tunnel on the way in.
And that is a different type of mentality than when you rocking that shit with.
But Yo, Ant will go to the locker room after a loss. Hey, I'll be back here for Game 7. Talk that shit.
But look, I will say this. Respect it. I do respect it, but I will say this though, like, but who's not? The whole front run thing is always tricky because
I just think we have more access to stuff now than we ever did, so people can actually see what's being said. To where it was just hypothetical 20 years ago.
Yeah,
like
no, I'm with you on that too.
We're too connected.
We're too connected,
or at least we think we are. Or at least we think we are.
Yeah, like it's always
we want so much to think about.
I don't need all this access to people like that, man. Honestly,
shit talking 101.
If there was Twitter on some of these like past events, give me Jordan 98 finals with the push off. I want to see Twitter after that shit.
My God, give me that. give me when Rodman.
I just like to see which players
went to Vegas.
I'd like to see which players' perceptions were completely altered, because we see that with players now. There's players that don't get as much credit or are loved way too much when they're really not that good. It's on both sides of the spectrum. Like I just like to see in the past how that would be.
My fault. Man, sorry, man. The Jimmy Butler love affair is just way too much. Way too much, bro.
Yo, him going to the finals really does not help the cause.
And then going to the finals again literally does not help the cause at all. But it's like, I've never seen nobody in sports be loved this much and hasn't won a thing. Ain't won an MVP award, ain't won a finals award, a scoring champ, nothing. All because
he doesn't really care about the regular season either.
And he don't care about the regular season, so you're not even going to see him show up then. All because he went toe-to-toe with Brian. And he clearly didn't do that because he was gassed. And you know what I'm saying?
It's a black man who likes country. Like, he's going to be loved. It is what it is.
Like, what the fuck, man? Like, but anyways, I digress. But go back, Joe. I'm sorry. I just had to throw it out there. Because it is. Social media changes people. It changes everything.
I just like to see, like, go on Instagram comments and see what people are saying compared to Twitter. Like, different platforms.
Oh, my God. Yes.
If you think Twitter is bad, TikTok and Instagram are worse, which
I won't
is
even
funny.
Go on
we found out shit out the hard way. That shit be going on under our comments on our videos. Like, what? People
be talking.
Like, what y'all? Like, what is going on? But it is. I'm with you on that. 98 when Jordan pushed off. That's a great one. That's a great one for Twitter.
The whole Bulls era would have been good.
Yeah, that whole Bulls era would have been.
Yeah,
bananas.
that shit would have popped.
Or if we had Shaq talking shit on Twitter about Kobe or something.
Oh my God, yes.
Hey, yo, some random Friday night. Hey, yo, Shaq just dropped this verse.
Dropping diss tracks. I'm
telling you, and did y'all hear Shaq's diss verse to Shannon Sharp? I should have uploaded that shit. I should have uploaded it. Man, Shaq used to be able to rap, but now, I mean, if you don't use it all the time, it doesn't come out.
My favorite movie star, Shaq.
Shaq Kazam.
Yeah, Blue Chips was one of my favorite movies, sport movies.
It's Blue Chips, Kazam, and then Steel. People sleep on Steel.
Steel. Okay, I see.
World class actor.
Man, we got too much. We got these all NBA teams and shit. We up out of here after that. First, it's been so long. Was that last week when this shit? I think it came out right after we dropped last week.
It came literally.
So we're gonna look through this shit.
Rookie teams dropped the day of.
Yeah. So,
and then all NBA came out right after.
Okay, so first NBA team, you got SGA, you got Luka, Tatum, Giannis, Joker. I don't really have too much.
No gripes.
I mean, that's probably the best
the positionless.
Yeah, I think that's the best 5 all year. You know what I'm saying?
I like positionless when it works out like that.
Yes, absolutely. I have no problem with that.
Still got some guards, still got some bigs, not like the all defense teams.
Yes,
just large people.
Yes. Now the second one, you got Ant, you got Brunson, you got KD, you got Kawhi, and you got AD. Well, we all know what happened on Twitter. I mean, I saw it too. I mean,
it was everywhere.
Yeah, Bron not been on team 2 on all NBA second team is. I mean, I think it's kind of like why is Kawhi over Bron? Kawhi, Bron, and KD had a great season. So, but
there was no statistical reason for me to think Kawhi should have been on the second team over LeBron James.
None whatsoever.
It gets down to splitting hairs at some point.
Yeah.
I want to say part of it is probably the fact that Kawhi was eligible this year. Probably pulled a lot of the weight, honestly.
Then put his ass on third team.
Yeah. Put him on the third team. But speaking of,
but I get
that,
it. You know what? The Clippers had a better. The Clippers were a better team.
Do they use that better?
I get it.
Do they use that? Do they go with that?
To an extent.
Who knows? They might.
I just never know what goes on.
To an extent.
Definitely to an extent.
But player for player on paper, no way.
Outside of
shout out to Brunson.
Yes.
Shout out to Brunson making second team.
Definitely. He was so close to first team too.
He was definitely close.
So close.
I thought it was gonna be more like third team, second team thing, but
yeah, he was
shut
definitely.
The fuck up.
Yeah, please. I mean, not you. I'm just saying, like, we definitely know what the fuck is going on. Like,
you never know.
You never know. But
exactly, you never know.
Outside of that, I have no problems with the second team. Like, I feel like that's pretty accurate. If you watch hoops all year, that's pretty accurate right there with the first two teams. Team number 3 you had Curry, you had Book, you had Brown, Jaylen Brown, and Halliburton.
Jaylen Brown, yeah, Brown didn't make it.
Brown.
Is my list wrong with Jaylen Brown?
Yeah,
he was a snub.
Yeah.
Are you serious? Who made it?
It was Braun, Curry, Sabonis, Halliburton, Booker.
Really? So what the fuck is this?
Fake news. I don't know.
I don't know because the rest of the shit was right.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, what? What?
Wasn't it? I'm pretty sure it was.
I take your word for it. It's right.
Because that was dialogue that Brown didn't make it. That was kind of
insane that he didn't make it.
He was the highest voted player that didn't make it. He had 50 votes and he needed 70.
I see it now. I don't know why. I see now Sabonis, Brown, Halliburton, Curry, and Booker. I don't understand why Sabonis. Sabonis over Jaylen Brown.
Sabonis got a first team All-NBA vote, a Defensive Player of the Year top 3 vote, and an All Defensive First Team vote. I believe it was all by the same person.
Yeah, who's this boy?
We need to.
He's from Spain.
Yeah, foreign buddy.
I believe the website writes about tennis.
How does? I don't want to know how he got a vote.
That's some bullshit.
I don't want to know.
But outside of that, man, I already had no gripes with this All NBA team. I really thought Jaylen Brown made it all this time. That sucks, honestly.
I mean, he's the only player that realistically, I think Paul George was second guy out. I don't think he was good enough this year for it. Maxey had a great season.
Paul George punk ass don't need to be on no damn All NBA team. He's good, but he don't need to be on an All NBA team no more. He's still good, but he don't need to be there no more. Seriously.
Tyrese Maxey was tied in votes with him. I mean, I could see Maxey very much making it next year.
Yes. A lot of people thought he was snubbed. I saw that. I mean, usually Philly fans, but
I'm kind of tired of Tyrese Maxey's support.
Man, it's Philly fans that are taking. I'm not hating
it all. I'm just like, okay, I get it.
Do they think he's better than what they think he is?
I just think there's more weight of him being really good in the year without Hard. He did everything he was supposed to do.
Yeah, he was
happy for him.
And Zoe ain't going. Zoe not fucking with it. It's too much. It's too much.
There's a lot of talk about this third star on Philly. I'm like, I don't know what pushes the needle for me.
Zion only getting 11 votes. I don't know. I feel like Zion just has a terrible perspective right now in general. He's just in a bad. He needs a new PR team or something to boost him up because he was eligible this year and 11 votes, tied with Wemby.
You tied with the rookie. Damn.
Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know.
I wish PR team's probably not helping, but the eligibility, I'm happy for him.
Yes,
he finally got there. It's been a minute.
We need Zion to be good.
Mm-hmm.
We need it. We need that. So,
Mar got a third team vote. Won.
Why?
Good for him.
Very random.
I don't understand, man. We need to take away the voting and then give new voting to people because it's starting to be too much, man. It's starting to just, I don't know, man. Then
All NBA was probably the best because it's kind of hard to fuck it up. It seems like
it is hard
for the most part.
It is hard. You just fucking with people's money, like
you can just look at
Jaylen Brown's
stats
money
and rosters and make it up for the most part. Jaylen Brown's chilling. He'll be all right.
300 mils, 300 M's. He got endorsements. He don't give a fuck. But yeah, that's
Halliburton thugged it out with his hamstring injury and got his third team.
That's your 2024 All NBA teams. Oh man, shit! It's been slow motion NBA week, man. We got JJ.
Did we talk all defense?
Was that even
brought up? Talk all defense.
Oh, we only talked about
what came out in between last week too.
Oh, bring him up.
All defense was announced last Tuesday.
Damn.
So we had first team Rudy, Wemby, Bam, Herb Jones, and AD.
And then wrong with that,
big man.
So we had 4 bigs and Herb Jones.
Right. Not mad at that though.
He's a 4, whatever. He's a 4 in this conversation.
Those are probably the best 5 defensive players in the league this year. I'd say most impactful. Second team, we got Caruso, Jalen Suggs, Derek White, Jaden McDaniels, and Drew. I'm glad Jalen Suggs got his nod.
Yeah,
that's a guy who, if we go back to positions,
he deserves it.
He's first team.
He should have been first team. Yeah,
I'm
not even mad about Caruso. Suggs was the guy I thought should have been a first team guy.
Caruso got 43 first place votes. He was 21 total points away from first team.
We don't deserve any shine.
Caruso does.
The play on the court, 100%. Caruso deserves that.
He does.
A lot of Bulls fans were hating on the, quote unquote snub, but some recognition is good recognition. And let's parlay this into a couple draft picks.
When you think of how many good defenders are in the league, and you got to pick 10 to be one of those 10,
no facts. But you know what's crazy? People are arguing over all NBA stuff. I mean, all defensive stuff, defensive awards, but they say people don't play defense in the NBA.
I hate that the award is so reputation based.
Yes.
It seems. Jaden had a better defensive season last year than this. Jaden should have been first team last year, and I think he's one of the top 10 defenders in the league when he's on, but I don't think he had a better season last year, and he didn't get credit for it. Then he got that rep, and now he got second team.
He came on. Yeah, he came on towards the end of the season, but by then were the voters aware? Not that.
But if you look around, people are a little mad about Drew. Drew has a great reputation, but Drew is still a great defender. Great team. I'm not going to be mad at that.
Yeah.
Lou Dort missed out by 2 votes, 2 points.
Damn.
Which is kind of tough.
That is tough. No, that's fact.
Those nicknames kind of cold.
Kawhi, 29 points. Chet, 21 points. Jared Allen, 20. Shea, 19.
Okay.
Let's see. We got any crazy ones in here? Bobby Portis got a second team All-NBA vote.
Good old Bobby.
That's support.
That is support.
All right.
Hey.
That's support.
But
we all got to have that one cheerleader. Good for him.
It's kind of crazy. I mean, OKC not getting a player was kind of interesting.
That torture chamber, boy.
Lou Dort will get his.
He will.
Eventually, it's coming.
That dude, he feel like a motherfucking fire hydrant. He just
huge.
He's huge.
He's
man.
A football player.
Yeah, did he play football?
On the D line, outside linebacker.
He's Canadian, so probably not.
Really, I did not know he was Canadian. He probably played hockey or some shit.
He played basketball.
No, what I'm saying, like
nasty defensive.
I'm talking about like growing up. Like I ain't talking about like, no, he plays basketball. Damn. What else? Anything else happened? Anything? Did I miss anything?
He played soccer. He was a goalkeeper.
Oh, there you go.
He's been playing defense.
Been playing it. Oh yeah, Bill Walton, man. Rest in peace, Bill Walton. We talked about that before we got on, but rest in peace to him. Very random. I had no idea he's even dealing with cancer because he was still doing games and still being like Bill Walton. Like he still had that energy. So it's just like enthusiasm.
I liked people saying the Pac-12 fizzled out, and he said my time is up, man.
Listen,
he took away my Pac-12.
Yes, that's the
he
first
was the
thing
biggest
about.
gas.
Yes,
he would gas
funny,
up the
but
Pac.
It wasn't funny.
He would pass. He would say Conference of Champions at least 27 times every time you watched a Pac-12 basketball game.
Man, he's gassing up the Pac-12.
Time.
He's gassing up UCLA. They could be buns. Buns.
With his life.
He could be gassing up this game we're watching. Then both of them teams can be awful. And he will make
it
you
was
think.
Nice to see nothing but just Bill Walton.
Yeah.
Stupid clips on Twitter today.
He had legendary stories.
Cupcake with it
Such
lit.
a character.
Man, that sucks. What did they say? 71? They said maybe it was older than 77.
70.
Man, rest in peace to him, man. Bill Walton. He probably was a top 10 big man if he didn't get hurt for sure. People sleep on Bill Walton. He was really like that. I mean, them knees.
MVP in his 4th season.
Yeah, like them
that's
knees.
crazy.
Yeah, them knees fucked him up, man. He won a championship with the Blazers. When do you think about that? Portland won a damn championship. That's unheard of.
Like 77 or something like that.
I think so.
It was. Or was it 77? Let's see.
So
later than that?
Off the dome.
It was.
Off the dome.
77?
Off the dome.
And he got another one in 86 with the Celtics.
He was on the 86
older
team. That's right. Shout out my birth year.
Played 80 games that year.
Packs. The ice packs on the knees, boy. I remember them pictures.
Hey, you know, I was
Sixth man of the year that year.
I was low key salty when I found out the Celtics was my birth year of champions. I'm like, damn, the Celtics. That's rough.
Damn.
That's tough. What's your year?
It was won their first championship my birthday.
91?
June 12th.
Oh, they won on your
before
birthday.
The day.
The day.
Damn.
That's right.
You're welcome.
John, what year you born? Oh, so
God damn.
The Lakers won.
Man.
The Lakers won when you was born.
It's unfortunate.
So
you born in 2000 for real?
He was, bro. He graduated college this year.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Whatever year it is, that's the year I'm turning that year.
Yeah, when you start connecting dots, shit is a little different.
Yeah.
But damn.
Well, imagine how you think I feel. Anyways.
Yeah, you're right. How you feel? Shit.
Tired. Yeah, I'm tired. Dog ass tired.
What did Bill Walton average in college?
He probably averaged a lot.
20 a game at UCLA.
How many rebounds? Blocks. I mean, he had some blocks.
15.7.
Something stupid.
The first 3 years, they did not track assists.
Damn. That's
they
crazy.
Did not track blocks. They did not track steals. They did not track turnovers.
How do you
he had
this always blew my mind.
No tracked fouls. His rookie year, his freshman season, no personal fouls. None were tracked. I guess they're just doing tally marks and throwing away the piece of paper.
What is
I don't know.
I never understood how they be like, they didn't tally this. Like football, they didn't tally sacks for so long. Like, why is this even part of the game?
That's why, like, if you go on Baseball Reference, you can find some dude from 1860, and they got all of his data. They got everything.
All of it. All of it.
Yo, this is why that Wilt game does not.
They got some iron worker
I knew you were
stats.
going to bring this shit back.
You can't trust it. They probably just doubled up the books. He had a 50 piece.
They just doubled it up. Anyways.
Yep. They said, no, this was first half. This was second half. Like, no, it was a full game.
I can go on Baseball Reference. Old Hoss Radborn, born in 1854. 680 innings in 1980 or in 1880. He had 73 complete games.
Come on, man.
Let's see.
Are they just throwing numbers out? Are they just throwing shit up there? Come on, man.
It's probably like Wikipedia where somebody's just entering bullshit.
Come on, man.
They got their.
How am I supposed to believe?
They got their data, man.
It's accurate data from 1850. Get off my phone.
Slow paced game.
Get off my phone, man. What? 73 complete games? His arm is gonna fall off.
I already know that college kid that had to track stats and do rebounds and assists at the same time was losing his damn mind in 1989.
He was like, why would they give me all this to do?
79.
Scrambling shit.
Man, what the fuck?
Hold on a second. Another shot, another rebound. Oh my.
Baseball, you're just chilling there watching, so.
Yes, but come on. What?
He was like, I hate teams who run fast breaks. Slow the fuck down.
All right, man. Anything else before we get up out of here, man? Anything y'all got?
Bill Cousy a fraud?
Does Minnesota win tomorrow?
Cousy.
Minnesota win tomorrow, boys?
I hope so.
I hope so. I need more games of this series, but I hope so.
Maxi Kleber's coming back.
No shit.
Oh, X Factor. X Factor. It's over, actually.
They need to sit. They need to sit Lively for his own well-being, please.
They do.
Sit Lively. Find a way to sit Luka for a game.
He's funny.
Do not put Lively on the court.
No, don't do that. Yeah, please.
Save his brain.
Yeah. It ain't that serious.
Don't be an NFL team.
Yeah, please. Oh my God.
Be smart.
Please don't. Don't be an NFL team.
Do not cut corners.
Please don't. NFL teams say we protect players. Let's add more games.
Hell yeah.
In the same sentence. We're protecting players. Let's add a game 17 and maybe an 18 a few years later. What the fuck? Anyways, man. Hopefully hopefully Minnesota wins another game. If not, if it's Dallas Celtics, go Dallas. Dallas in 6. And then y'all know that now.
Finally catch up on my draft shit.
Yeah, we will be having live shows after the finals like last year, like we did last year. So finals start June 6th? That's in a week or so. So it's gonna start June 6th regardless of how long this series goes, correct? Like if they sweep, if it goes so. 7, it's June 6th regardless. So
it's probably like 2 days after what the predicted game 7 was, I'd assume.
Gotcha.
That won't exist.
I'm definitely going with Dallas if that happens. I'm saying that right now. I'm going Dallas. So
I need to sleep on it.
You need to sleep on it? I don't. I'm going. Give me Luka and Kyrie.
Hey, I'm happy you're behind it though.
Yeah.
I'm glad you see the vision.
I'm with it. But
as I'm trying to the fucking finals,
I'm going with Dallas, man. I don't want to see
Boston. I'm rooting for good basketball,
but I'm definitely rooting for good hoops. We need that.
That's honestly why I want just more Dallas, Minnesota, because it's probably going to be more entertaining than the finals we might get.
You think so?
We'll see.
Some of those games could get nasty.
It could be some blowouts. You're right. No, facts. No.
At least these games are competitive.
No, you're right about that. You're right.
Think about one night where Boston top 4s go for 20 each. And somehow Luka's off. Kyrie might be having a decent game, but that's not going to be something you want to watch.
No, you're right.
Turning that shit off.
You're right. But still, give me Dallas in 6. Welcome. Thank y'all for being here tonight. Until next week.
Welcome.
We're going to be here next week. We're going to be here for the finals live. Peace.